All right, let's do it. Let's talk about the team I've been putting off talking about. They've kind of snuck in, I think, to a few, but generally have not had a long conversation about them. And that's the Los Angeles Lakers. I guess just because everyone talks about them, big market team, LeBron James, and that's fine. It's not really, there's really no more like blockbuster trades in the NBA, because first of all, like, I feel like to be a blockbuster kind of has to has some like surprise element to it, and like at this point we've seen so many stars get traded that like blockbuster, it's like, like a blockbuster movie, like we've seen enough of them where like that word doesn't carry much weight anymore. With all that said, Russell Westbrook trade would be considered a blockbuster generally when a player of that caliber gets moved, but Russ has been moved now for the third time in like 3 years or whatever, so it's nothing new for him, nothing new for us. And he posted some workout videos, so obviously he's probably going to be the best player in the NBA, because every player, not all the NBA players do well in their workouts. I saw this video of Kelly Olynyk playing like random people at like a YMCA or something, and it was like an average NBA player is still like better than everyone, and it's like, yeah, I don't know why that's surprising people. Like, did you think Kelly Olynyk, who's like 6'10" and can like shoot, would not do well against like the plumber down the street or something? Like, I don't understand like the logic behind that, because it's a professional athlete. It's like if you put Hugh Jackman in a student film or something, like, it'd be like, yeah, I think that guy knows what he's doing a lot more than everyone else. It's kind of weird. It's just like eliciting emotion from me and all that. It's a weird analogy, I recognize, but okay, back to the Lakers. You see how I'm just like trying not to talk about, not that I don't like the Lakers. I mean, I grew up around Boston, so just kind of a natural just like distaste for them. And yeah, and like whatever, I'm not even that big like a Boston guy to be like, oh, fuck the Lakers or whatever. It's more just like this whole free agency thing where everyone before it was just like, oh, LA's like a very cool place to live in. Like, I just want to live there, and I don't really care about basketball X and O as much, even though, obviously generally a pretty good team. And that, like, that advantage, like if you're a Laker fan, you're like, oh, let's go, we got like all these guys, and like we're gonna be so good, and I can't believe they all came here. And it's like, yeah, dude, like it's your city, like you didn't do anything. It's just inherent to like where your team is located. Like if the Lakers move to fucking Omaha, like no one, there's no, okay, obviously they have LeBron, which is another layer to why people want to play there. But I'm still gonna say, like, if the Lakers move to Omaha, I don't think fucking Dwight Howard is gonna re-sign there. Not that he's like, game changer kind of player, but just a huge amount. I mean, and Dwight and Melo and Rondo, those guys coming back in the case of two of them, and a guy I will watch a lot. Shout outs to Motown Noah. Motown Noah? I think his name's Nick. Motown Nick doesn't sound right though. But he made the point basically where LeBron, Melo like sat out basically in a season and a half or whatever. LeBron totally could have signed him, but now he's coming out. He's like, oh, my man Melo. After Melo proved that he can still score a little bit and not be a bum completely. And now it's like, oh, now LeBron opens him, welcomes him with open arms. I don't see the fit with Melo as much, because him and LeBron kind of fill the same space, like from a positional standpoint. Maybe throw him in the second quarter, hope he gets like 10 points and, picks his spots. Throw him in there for some instant offense. There's that, but then I think really the guys that are going to make a difference are Malik Monk, Kendrick Nunn, which, like, I don't get why these guys go to LA as free agents, where maybe it's a lifestyle thing, but if they're just like ring chasing, it's like, bro, why would you take like maybe half your market value to win a ring when you're going to be like the 7th best player? Like, no one's talking about your like Hall of Fame resume, Malik Monk. Like, just play for a team that you're going to get minutes and like get paid, you know what I'm saying? And maybe it is the city, maybe you didn't like living in Charlotte, but you can get mad money in Charlotte and get like a mansion and play probably, 25 minutes a game. Kendrick Nunn, probably not true in Miami as much now with Kyle Lowry there. But still, like, he could have signed somewhere else, played for more money, played a lot more minutes. And it's like, dude, if it was me, I'm just saying, if it was me, I'd much rather play on the team than get a ring that, like, at the end of the day, you're looking at it, you're like, yeah, I won a ring, that's pretty cool. And then if you show someone, the conversation immediately goes to like, oh, like, did you play a lot? And you just have to be like, no, I rode the pine. I had a front row seat to it. And like, you don't want to have that conversation. I'd rather say like, yeah, dude, I averaged 15 points in the league. And maybe I just want to play with LeBron, whatever. I don't give a shit. Like, they should tell you why they signed with someone. You know what I'm saying? Like in the Woj text or in the tweet should be like, Malik Monk decided to a 1-year, whatever the fuck it was, deal. A lot of cursing today. I don't know what that's about. I think it's because I'm tired. 4 hours of sleep again. Run on empty. Not literally, I actually filled up the tank yesterday. $30. Crazy gas prices right now. That's just the kind of video that this is. It's just a freaking train wreck. Luckily not a car wreck. But hey, haven't gone home yet, so fingers crossed. How did we get to gas prices from? Talk about Kendrick Nunn. The conversation. Yeah, you get a ring and you have to tell everyone you'd ever played. It's like, yeah, I played 15, and if you want to play with LeBron, like, you play against LeBron. I feel like that's a cooler thing to say. Like, I got to play. I guarded LeBron. I guarded LeBron. You get to play with him. So what, dude? A lot of people got to play with him. I mean, a lot of people get to play against him too, but whatever, man. I think they're old. I don't think that's a big deal. I mean, they're a win now team. Like, this is not a team planning for the future. This is a team that acknowledges its window is basically as far and wide as LeBron's, stay there. So they might as well just do whatever they can to make him happy, give him the pieces he needs. Really, the only guy coming back is just like LeBron, AD, and Town Horde and Tucker. As far as Rondo coming back. And so I do think, it's going to take a while to get a feel for each other. Hopefully everyone's healthy. I think Russ will alleviate a lot of stress from LeBron. Obviously there'll be times where this team's not going to be able to shoot the ball great, but they add Wayne Ellington can shoot, Melo can shoot, Malik Monk can shoot. So after the Westbrook trade, everyone was like, oh well, this team's gonna basically just be all paint points, and everyone would just play like a zone or just back off them. And now you can't do that per se, because they're gonna have probably at least 2 like knockdown shooters on the floor at all times with these 3 stars. So good luck guarding this team, because they're gonna beat, like, LeBron and Russ are just gonna be attacking the basket like a motherfucker. AD is gonna be on the glass, and then if you collapse, like, one of these Wayne Ellington, Melo, someone's gonna be sitting out there in the corner, be like, fuck it, all right, open season, just firing them up. So I could see it working. I could see it really working. It's just a matter of staying healthy. Whether this team can compete for a title, I mean, I can't pencil them in now. I think, it's a long season. They are old. Really, the old thing's I'm not so much concerned about, like, declines in careers or anything like that. It's just a matter of, like, staying healthy. And I think part of this too is, like, Anthony Davis, I think we forget, is, like, really good at basketball, and like, he's gonna have to carry this team a little bit, I think, from just like he's in his prime still. I mean, LeBron's extended his prime. Obviously he might not be like peak LeBron, but he's still like very good LeBron, which for meaning like that's like top 10 and top 5, top 10 in the league. Russ still, I think, has a lot in the tank, but like AD is like still prime AD, and he's gonna have to prove it, because I think big disappointment this year. I mean, they lost in the first round, so I think they had something to prove, which is dangerous. It's kind of scary, regardless of whether you consider their bubble championship as like a asterisk or not. Like, this is and really there's no one on that team anymore, so this is, it's kind of frustrating that LeBron's team's just like, it's like revolving door, and he's like he's probably on like 2K Trade Finder all day, and then he just texts his GMs like, bro, I'm gonna leave, I'll dead ass leave if you don't trade for Russell Westbrook right now. And then it's like, well, what are you gonna do? It's LeBron, and he's holding you hostage. You have to do what he says. And I think that's what happens. He's probably drinking wine, 2K. Maybe one of his kids came up with it and was like, we could trade for Westbrook, Kuzma, Harrell. Fuck it. That's very uninformed intel, but that's fine. That's what happens. So listen, I'm looking forward to seeing how this Laker team fits, how all these guys from like the 2010 All-Star team fit together. A lot of personalities here, a lot of pedigree, a lot of crazy stats that keep coming up about All-Star appearances and fouls drawn or something like that between like Howard, Melo, LeBron, Russ. They all have drawn like all the fouls. So, a lot of experience, and we'll see if experience can conquer youth this season, or if Father Time has something to say about it. It might be the best line I've ever finished a video with. Take care of yourselves, take it easy, and I'll see you next time.